Alright guys, this is a quick update from the last video. So I went back to the doctors this week and I was able to get the original people who did my MRI in Merida to give me the English translation too. So that was great. I didn't have to pay extra to do that. Thank God, right? So I just came from the doctor. He is going to refer me to a specialist. He didn't really understand what the one thing was that I showed him. But he said the specialist should be able to like help me out. Unfortunately, he said the wait time could be a year. So it is true what they say in Canada. Like they had these memes of like a skeleton waiting to be seen. This was like years ago. I saw this meme, okay? And they would have a skeleton waiting for their turn. And they're making fun of like the Canadian system when it comes to seeing medical care. It was so funny. Anyway, the point is, I was like, a year? I'm thinking to myself, I didn't like freak out, but I was like, a year? Okay. I was like, I think I'll be gone by then. So, but if it is a year, I might keep it. And since I'm nomadic, I might just say, when I come back, I might just come back to Canada in a year and be like, they ask the reason for my visit. It's like, I need to see a neurosurgeon. Because when I was here, it told me it was going to take a year for me to see someone. And so I was like, I came back and they're like, the reason for your visit, it'd be like to see a neurosurgeon next week or some weird crap. Anyway. Oh, quick. So, because, okay, as you know, my husband and I are American. So, I should say from the United States, right? Because they are, okay, because we know it's North America, right? But being exposed to like different cultures and different people, there are Mexicans that get upset when people say I'm American. They'll get upset because they're like, we're also American, right? Because it's North America. So if you're Canadian, if you're from the States, thank you. If you're Canadian, if you're from the States, or you're Mexican, you're all American, right? So anyway, so I have to make sure I'm saying from the United States, okay? Oh my God. So anyway, when my husband and I were coming here to Canada, they were asking us a lot of questions. I was like, I'm not used to getting questioned this hard to come into a country. It made me very nervous, but it's good that they're doing their due diligence, you know, for people to come into their country. So a part of me appreciates that, because you don't want just any old person coming into your country, right? But you want to ask the right questions and figure out why they're there. And since we're staying here for so long, it's unusual. So they're asking us a lot of questions. They had a lot, like, I think we talked to like at least 3 people, okay, before we even left the airport about why we were there, okay? So if you're coming to Canada and you're flying in, they may ask you a lot of questions if you're not just coming in for like a weekend, okay? Because the only times I've came to Canada, which was just at the longest was like a weekend, right? Or like a day. So, but being here for a while, okay, as an American, you could stay for quite a bit of time without a visa. So, just like in Mexico. So, you know, they just was like, this is, you know, they asked a lot of questions, but I don't know, I just think it's really funny. Like, the memes are real. Like, it might take me a year to see a specialist, and I'm like, I'm not going to be here for a full year, you know? So, worst case, if it is a year, I might actually, there's a garbage truck here. So hold on a second. A little less noisy, but now I'm at a place where there's multiple streets. I am walking in a city in Toronto. I am walking in Toronto. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. So like I said, the whole year thing, worst case, if it is a year, I will probably just keep the appointment and just come back next summer. And I'll literally say that's one of my reasons why I'm there. I will literally say, I probably will literally tell them the reason why I'm coming back is because I have an appointment with a specialist and I had to wait a year to see them. Like, okay, anyway, hopefully I can see them before I leave, because it will be good to actually get a specialist to see more information about my issue. It doesn't seem like it's urgent, but it's still good to like have a specialist look at what's going on. But I just think it's so funny that the meme was right about the skeleton waiting to be seen. Oh my god. Okay, let me get off here. I'm so goofy right now. But yeah, that's really it. That's really the updates. They said that if I haven't heard back in 2 weeks, I can call back and see. And see where I am when it comes to my wait time or when I'll be seen. So, I don't know. So, okay, bye.